Hi everyone, welcome to my stamping studio. I am Lisa Fulford, your creative coach, and I have a project for you today for my countdown to Halloween series. And so I am trying to catch up. And so each day so far I've been trying to show you a box bag or something like that that you could use for Halloween, but you don't have to do that. You can use it for Christmas, birthdays, just by changing out the papers and the stamp sets. So I want to thank you for letting me bring this project to you, and let's get started with this project. It's really fun. All right, so this is my countertop, and this is the box that we're going to make. It says a little hocus pocus, and it's got the raven and the books, and it's from the Potions and Spells stamp set and dies, so it's a bundle. And then it's a triangle, and you just open it up like this, and then you can fill it with candy and different things, which I know with it being black it's hard to see. I don't know if you can see in there, but it just closes these little triangles in, bring it down and line it up and close it up like that. And so they look complicated, but they are not. They're pretty easy to put together. So I'm going to put that off to the side there. And now I am going to use some designer series paper. It's called Dandy Designs 12 by 12, and it's on our clearance rack for $27. It's been on there for a while, so at the time of this video, and today is October the 3rd, and this is my second video of the day, it was still available. I did check it because if it was not available, I was going to change my DSP, but being we do have that on the website for sale, I decided to go ahead with this designer series paper. And so we will get started. I have this where I have everything in this little sleeve so I don't lose things because I have a tendency to misplace. But in the description of the video, I have this sheet here where there is a link to it, and I think it'll say download template here, something to that effect. And when you click on that, it takes you to my Google Docs, and I have this as a shared document, and you can either download it or you can print it, and then you'll have the scoring and the cutting, and then also the DSP here. And so that is my gift to you for watching my video. And so let's get started with what we have. I do have this in green just because it's easier to see the score lines and where it is I'm supposed to cut. I'm going to score on the black one, and I'm going to walk you through it, but then this one here shows us what it's supposed to look like. So I'm going to slide that under there for now, so when we get to the different things, that's going to be my correct size template. And then I want to show you my other pieces. I have a circle. I have two in case I stamp something, like if it doesn't stamp correctly, but I have a circle here. And then I already stamped, colored with my Stampin' Blends, and die cut the books and the crow, so that I'm not doing that. I'm hoping that this will be a little bit quicker video than normal. And then we have some pieces here. So I have, let's see, I have two pieces that are, right here, two pieces that are 1.5 by 2 3/4. So I have a couple of those, and I will be corner rounding those. So I'm going to put that up there so I don't forget. Okay, and this is retired, but it is, you can use any type of corner rounder that you wish. It doesn't have to be Stampin' Up, but at any craft store, sometimes in the office supply, you can get those. But we right now do not sell one, so I'm just using what I have on hand. And then let's see, the next one is 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. So this is 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. And if you drop down here, I've got another that says 2 3/4 by 2 1/4. So it's really just two pieces of the same designer series paper, are the same size. I've got these little fuzzies. I need to get those off there. I don't like that. So I'm going to put those there. And then we have one piece that is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then this is our piece that we are going to score and cut. So I'm going to take all of these things here. I'll tuck them up there. You can still see the little project. I'll grab my scoreboard. We'll get started with the main part of the box. So let me grab, I have multiples of these tools, but I can only find one. Oh, here, 1 minute. I like this one better. This one I don't care for as much, but when I can't find these, and I've got multiples of them. Okay, so this piece is right here. It is 7 inches on the short side, and it's 9 3/4 on the long side. So we'll start with the long side. So at 9 on the 9 3/4 edge, we're going to go to 1 3/4. So that's right here. The small end, sorry. You're going to score all the way through. Then you're going to go to 4 1/4. Score all the way through. And then we're going to go to 7 1/4. Score all the way through. Then we're going to turn that, and we're going to score at 2 inches and at 5 inches. Okay? So you could just turn it and do the 2 inches again, but just do the 2 and the 5. That works for me. But if you do not feel comfortable with that, do 2 inches, turn it to the other side, and do 2 inches again. I'm perfectly fine with being able to do that. And then I'm going to move this out. Oh, there is one more thing I need to do. So on this one, so this is from 1 1/4, 4 1/4 to 7 1/4. And so I need to find, so that 4 1/4 to 7 1/4 would be 5. So 1, 2, so that's 3 inches. So on this one here, we want to do half. So we want a 1 1/2 inch. So from 4 1/4 to 5 1/4 is 1. And then a half would be 2 of these marks. So it would be 1, 2. So we want 5 3/4. And so we're going to put a little mark here. We're not going to do too much there. And then I'm going to flip it over to the other side. And we're going to do this one at 5 3/4 also. So 5 3/4, that's half of this third block. So here's a small one, a medium one, and a large one. And it's on that large one that we're going to do, we'll do 5 3/4, okay? And there's a reason we're doing that, because we have some more scoring. So if you have a piercing mat, grab that. I'll grab my ruler, and where that little tick mark is that we just made, we're going to put the edge of the ruler on there. So I'll put my stylus there. Then we're going to come down here to the corner where it crisscrosses. And we're going to score that. Okay, and we're going to turn this, put that right there at that tick mark. Put it right here on the crisscross, and we're going to score that. Okay, we're going to do the same over here. That little tick mark is, see right there, I put that little tick mark. We're going to go from there to where it crisscrosses, and then from there to where it crisscrosses here. once you make one, you'll understand, but sometimes it's hard to see, like I said, on this black, but I'll show you on the green one. Okay. All right, so that is all of our scoring. So here's the template. Here's our template. It looks the same. Okay, so I know that this one, those are all going, and these. Okay, so I'll set these off to the side for right at the moment, and we'll bring it on this other one. This is the exact same size as that. You can see, put my little tick mark. I brought that score line down to the crisscross, from that tick mark down to the crisscross, and then I did the same over here. They are in the same place. So I'm going to set this right here for now. I know both of these need to go. So I'm going to grab my scissors, and I'm going to cut up this score line here. Probably if I had no longer scissors, would be better. And then I'm going to cut that away. So I'm just in a sense cutting, can get to let go. I cut those two boxes away. Then over here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut on that line, go through this small, cutting the small box away, going through that first score line, going to the second score line and cutting that medium block away. And then we're cutting there. Okay, then we're going to go down here to this end. Cut that. Like that. Then we're going to turn to here, and we're going to cut this away. So if you're joining me, welcome. I'm cutting these away. And if you like this box when we are finished, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know where you're viewing from. So this is what we have. This is our box. This is our piece here. Okay. So it looks like we have to do more cutting, but we do not. I'll explain why here shortly. All right, so this is our template. Everything that needed cut away is gone. Everything else stays. So it's easier to see it on the green than it is on the black. So I'll set that out of the way for now. And then everything that we have here, like I said, you can download this template and see where you need to cut and score. All right, so now then, I know this is my top flap. This is the largest one. This is the smallest one. I want to round those corners. So I'm going to put this in here and chomp. Put this in here and chomp. And with these, it's instead of pushing on the front, you push in the middle. So if you happen to have one of these, that's how you make them work the best. And then both of these, we're going to do the same thing with them. So I'm going to line them both up because they're the same. And we're going to put this in here. I'm going to turn that around. Oops. So those are both rounded. Okay, so I think that is all the rounding that we have. Now these little clips that I had underneath the box to show it better, I'm going to use those in a little bit to help hold the box together. And these are, I think, out of the sewing department for like when you're quilting and things. But they've got a lot of spring to them, but they're little instead of trying to do a big clothespin. All right, so now we're going to, and I got those at like Walmart. Now we're going to burnish and score on all of these lines. I didn't want to do that before I cut it out because that makes it a little bit harder. Fold these over. It takes a few minutes to do all that, and then we'll fold this in, fold that in. All right, so we're going to add some of the DSP now. I'm going to take this one, just one of them, it doesn't matter which one. It's coming out. I know it's a new one. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to add that in the direction of this one. So I'm going to just center that on there. It just makes it look a little nicer when you're opening it. If you have magnets, you can use magnets. Just put the one on this part underneath the DSP, but I'm using Velcro, and I have my little Velcro things right here. All right. So then I'm going to flip this over, and this is where our other DSP is going to go. So I'm going to put some glue on this. This is a really cute box, and it looks like it's difficult, but it's not. So I cannot see like any comments or, you know, if anybody's watching for whatever reason. My computer's not working with me today, and so I hope that you are watching and you are enjoying what you're seeing. This box is fun to make. It looked hard whenever I found it on Pinterest, and I can't remember who it was that I got this from, but I'm going to assume that person got it from the Paper Pixie, possibly, or from oh, cannot think of the other one's name. Her name's Angie. Chicken Scratch, that's it. So I'm assuming that's where they got it from. I don't know that for certain. And whenever I clicked on it, I don't think it was the person who posted it. I don't think it was the one who made the box. There we go. And then this last piece we're going to put down here for the bottom. We're leaving all these alone for right now. If you are joining me, let me know where you're watching from, and if you've seen this box before. I'd appreciate that. So we're just lining all this up, getting the easy stuff. Haha, it's really not hard at all. Getting easy stuff out of the way. All right, so these are our pieces, our strips for the outside. This is our inside. So when you open this up, you have this piece in here, and I forgot to round the corners, and I didn't like the way that looks, so that's why I went ahead and rounded them. So this is how the box opens. So these tabs are these tabs. So we're going to add these to the front. I hope that makes sense, but we're going to add glue to these two different tabs on the back side. So it would be the outside of it right here. But we're going to fold them forward, and we're going to add glue right here like that. And then we're going to, I better get a little bit more on this edge here. I don't want to put too much because I don't want it to ooze out, but I want it to hold. Okay, so I put glue on that one. I'm going to bring this up, and this edge that's the fold, we're going to put it right here on this edge of the cardstock with the DSP on it. And you want to line that up the best that you can, and then pinch it, hold it for a moment, and then I'm going to put this little clip on there to hold it for me so I don't have to worry about it. And I'm going to take this little flap, this just the one right across from it. This top flap will be these here, just like that one. So we're going to fold that one forward, the one I had already showed, and we're going to add glue to it as well. I want to make certain I don't just put like a couple stripes. I want to cover this piece. I don't want it to come loose, but I don't want it to ooze out either. So I'm just kind of making as thin layer that I can. And then we're going to bring this edge to that score line. To line that up, we're going to pinch those together. Hold it for a moment. And we're going to put this clip on there. So while that clip's holding, I'm going to press on the inside just a little bit. So then these will fold in just like my other box. And then when we close it down, the flap will go over the top. So I'm going to take the fuzzy side, which is this side here, and I'm going to add it to about right there at that flap. I'm not taking this backing off, but I'm going to press that so I can know that that is adhered well, because it's going to be being pulled and get some movement to it. All right, so we're going to set this to the side, let it finish drying. I'll bring in my, let's see, the little Hocus Pocus. That's this front piece. I'll open my ink. This is Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And let's see. Put my books about where I think I'm going to want them. And I'm going to put my Hocus Pocus over here to the edge. Oops. I'm going to grab a scratch paper because I think that E has got too goopy. Okay. I did re-ink this ink pad here. Put a little Hocus Pocus right there. I'm going to hold it for a moment so the ink can adhere well into the paper. And it's a little light, so I'm going to try that again. I don't like to rock my stamp. Try that again. You just say go straight down and straight up. That's much better. I'll grab my chamois and we'll close this up. Grab the chamois. Sure am. There's a lip on that. I got it too far in there. I'll clean my stamp. If I don't do it now, I'll forget. And reminder, this is 1/4 of a chamois, and this is a box from the extra chewing gum. Set that off to the side. All right, so this I'm going to glue directly on here, but I'm not going to get the little corners of the books at the bottom. I'm just going to add a little glue at the top. I'll avoid the bottom for right now. We're going to put that right here with that Hocus Pocus. Like that. I'll get the book straight with the words if I can. There we go. That looks pretty good. And then let's see, I'm pretty certain that I glued it directly. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to glue it at the top of this portion here. I'm still letting that other dry. Put this like that so it's not as, just going to put it on this top half. Okay. Add that to the front of the box. Try to get it straight. There we go. Pretty centered as best I can. You can slide it a little bit. All right, so that's on my front. So I'm going to take these loose. That should be dry, and it is. All right, so we're going to bring this down. We're going to line up these edges before we press that because that's sticky, going to be sticky here in a moment. Yep, so about like that. So once you have it lined up, I'm going to take this backing off of my Velcro. So I hope I am. The other one wouldn't stay on the thing, and this one here won't release. There we go. So I'm going to have to line that up again. All right, so line that up and then just fold that down so that it sticks. Then we're going to easily, you're going to open it up and separate your Velcro. Then when we open this up, we can rub on the inside to make that Velcro adhere well. Okay. Okay. So when we close it and open it, it won't pull off. So the last thing we need to do is put our crow on. I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I'm going to put little ones at his feet and at the top of his, not clear up on the top of his head, but about where his, below his eye and things. And then I'm going to put one, like a fresh thing of dimensionals. Put one on his body, but not cover his tail feathers. Peel those backings off. Like that. We're going to add that to our box right here. Like that. I'm going to open this up and press him on well so that those dimensionals will hold. All right, so that is our box. You can put all kinds of different things in here. You could put, oh gosh, you could put chewing gum, you could put bubble gum, you could put little miniature chocolates in there. You could also put Hershey Kisses in there. Yeah, I think I saw some Harry Potter ones, and I think that would be fitting to put in one of these boxes. But isn't it really cute? And it looks harder than it is, but it's really pretty easy. So there we go. I want to thank you. It was a pleasure coming here to show you this project. And if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please give me a subscribe. And like I said, leave me a comment where you're watching from. I'm sorry that I can't see any comments or even who's watching, but I'll go back through them after I finish the video and see any comments or any information that's left there. So thank you so much and happy stamping. Bye-bye.